Here is my review of the MeoWant litter robot. It is the one with the wider opening. It's currently emptying right now. So let's get into it. So I've had this for a couple of months now, and I have multiple cats. So keep that in mind. Let's go over some pros and some cons. Pros. I've had this for a few months and I have had zero issues with it. It has been great. It works. That streaking that you see is me using a Clorox wipe right there. I just wiped the rim of it. But it has worked perfectly the entire time. And like I said, I have multiple cats. So I have older cats. So I bought this one so that they could just walk in and walk out. The only thing about that is because this is so low right here, sometimes they'll turn facing inward and then poop, and then it doesn't get into the box because this is pretty narrow. So that is my only really, like, my major complaint with this is just that they sometimes will poop outside of the box, and you can see it where it's like stained even though I've cleaned it. So keep that in mind. And then the grates right here, the openings are so large that a lot of times pieces will be left in the actual litter. So I don't love that. I keep another scoop right here and just go through it once a week just to make sure I've gotten everything. The other thing I will say is that because this is so low right here, when they dig or try to bury, a lot of times they will kick litter out, which is, there's like a whole bunch of litter in this mat, and then there's litter over here on the side. So I do keep a small handheld vacuum to clean this up and put back in there, and then I'll dump this in there as well. Another thing to keep in mind with the automatic robot litter boxes, whatever you get, is they do get gross on the inside. I intentionally didn't clean this out on the inside so you can see a realistic depiction of what actually this looks like. So you will end up with streaks just from routine use, okay? So I typically clean this with like a Clorox wipe about once a week. And again, I have multiple cats. So you will end up with streaking because the waste has to slide across that to get into the waste compartment. So keep that in mind. With one cat, it probably won't be as bad, but I do have multiple cats using this. The other thing is the container doesn't actually hold very much waste when you have multiple cats. Speaking of cats, please move. When you have multiple cats. So I empty this out about once every day and a half or so, just because it gets full. So that gets expensive whenever you're trying to purchase the bags to go in it. I did figure out that I can just use shopping bags to put in there, and so that saves me on that. So keep that in mind. I would recommend this litter box to somebody, especially if you have older cats and you don't mind occasionally having to pick up where they missed, just to make it easier on them. It's still a great litter box. Like I said, I've had zero problems with it. It has worked perfectly emptying from the get-go. It has an excellent sensor. So I have a kitten as well, and she loves to watch it. But if she even puts her paws right there on the lip of it, it will stop moving. So it has excellent safety sensors. I don't have to worry about any of the cats getting hurt or injured or anything like that while they're using the litter bot. the litter box, sorry. So again, this is the MeoWant brand.
Oh my gosh, it's doing something. I hooked it to the app. Check us out. Okay, I took the plunge. I got the self-cleaning litter box. I'm gonna set it up. You're gonna watch me. Okay, so far this has been pretty easy. I just paired it with my Wi-Fi and figuring out how to put it together. I've got to put this piece on the side here. If you follow the directions are really easy to follow. And everything is so sturdy and just snaps on really easy. Okay, this is weird. Buckey's like, what's going on? Okay, still going. I'm gonna have to figure out what it's doing. Okay, is it stopping? Okay, so it stopped. It stopped flat. I just gotta put some litter in there, I guess. So apparently this is a littering emptying board that is only to be used when you empty the litter. Then we take this out and there is, oh, deodorizer thing right there. So they give you these. So it comes in a little package, easy to open. So it looks like this and you just put it down in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in. Okay, they kindly give you these aligners to start out. Time to add the litter. Okay, you're supposed to do it below the plastic edge. So she's definitely curious. So we will see how this goes. I'll keep you posted.
If you have big cats or multiple cats, watch this. This was the little robot I had and I wanted to try the new version so bad. I love it and I will show you why. As you can see, it came practically assembled, so it's very easy to put together. It will take just a few minutes. It came with this deodorizer, this little trapper mat, and I also have the baggies. You can see it here. and comparing with the older model. I love both honestly, but I really needed the big opening. Spolso bean is also really large, so I love that. And you can see here how the space is located. I set it up in just seconds and it's ready to go. Here you can see side by side working. I found them both phenomenal, but I really needed a big open, especially for her that actually is the first one interested. Checking it out, and you can actually compare the size. She's a really large Maine Coon cat, so if you have really large cats, this will work amazing. Look how comfortable and wide it looks. Now she's gonna do a very detailed inspection and model for you so you can see the difference in the side opening of each unit and compare according to your needs. You can see she really like it. I know it will be so much more comfortable for her, and she even loved the little mat. Everyone enjoy it, and I feel so happy because I finally bought it for them. The price was amazing. Let me know if you have any questions. I would love to help.
I'm not real impressed with the cleanliness of the inside. I saw a turd fall, and look at the inside. It's covered with shit.
the amount of pee. Look at the urine.
So I bought this machine when they were having Cyber Monday sale, which was November, December time. MeoWant. It's been great, but what's been happening is this part of the lid is no longer catching on the little plastic tabs and closing properly. So it's opening as it's turning to clean, and I have a mess now. So not so great in that sense. So these little tabs, they're supposed to, it's hard to push this button too. This button is very hard to push, and that's the problem.
They've been running a human trafficking
potties yet? I don't think you went. Nope. What do you think of that? Could that be kind of a cool thing to go potty in? Good girl.
I truly want to love this, okay? I truly want to love this. But this is what happens when the pea, it's stuck here and it didn't go in the thing. It's stuck there.